long-haired little kid, and when I'd see Dode, she'd grab a handful of my hair and she'd say, "I can take that off for you." and she did a bunch of times, and she continued to cut my brother's hair, I think, until recently even. I think once her hands didn't work anymore, she couldn't do it anymore. But the dill bread part of it was going over to Dode and Russ's for Thanksgiving dinner and Christmas dinner and other dinners, and just how nuts over the top things were. Dode would prepare like 12 dishes, and it was all her, and they were all really good, and it was insane. And that's kind of how Dode did things. She did things really over the top and really wonderfully. So so that phase ended, and Russ passed away, and a couple years later, I'm not sure about the chronology, but she met Darwin. And it's great that someone can find somebody like that at 70 or 72 or 3 or whatever it was exactly. And she had a wonderful 20 years with Darwin, which was great. I think that companionship was big for Dode, and having a wonderful companion in Darwin was great for her. I remember Darwin's sweater vest, and I remember Darwin shooting the squirrels out of the window from the back room, and just how great it was that those guys found each other and got to spend that last part of their life together. And I was here for Darwin's service 11 years ago, about, and we were kind of milling around. We were here early, as a lot of the family was, and I was with my 2 little kids, and we came up, and Darwin's body was here, and I can't remember which one of them said it, but they said, "Can I touch him?" And I said, "Yeah, don't smudge anything, but you can touch him." I reached out and touched him, and Dode came up, and we were talking a little bit, and Dode said, "Come here," and we all 3 went back, and she brought us back to the room, and she said, "That's where he's going, and that's where I'm going." So that's my closing memory of that era. And then Dode was sad for a while after that. I mean, it was very hard for her to lose Darwin. But the last 10 years, the last 10 years was a really great period, because I got to know Dode better than I ever had before, because she was kind of slowed down. You know, she wasn't doing all the time. She was taking things in a little bit more. I would sit in the backyard with her, and she would direct Gail rather than me out there. And it was great. And last week, I was at the hospital by myself, and it was a nice opportunity to say goodbye while she was still there. And you never knew if she was taking anything, and it seemed like she might have been. And I was trying to think about what to say. And I said, "Thank you for being a great role model. I'm a person rich in good role models in my life, and she was one of them. And she really showed me how to live a great life."